Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So this is very impromptu. Ignore my appearance. It's like day 12 of quarantine, so literally zero motivation to get ready, and I'm fine with that. So if you watched my last vlog, the title of that vlog is the last normal week in nursing school, and that's because that's what it was. At the end of my last vlog, I told you guys that I was officially an online student, and that was true. School decided to move to completely online. I had one more practicum shift left at that point. Basically was like done with normal classes from there on out. So luckily for me, I don't have any more simulation. My clinical is done, but it didn't impact me too much. My heart is with all the students that this is like deeply impacting. I've received so many DMs from you guys just asking like how my school's handling simulation, how they are handling doing exams. And luckily that isn't something I have to worry about. I don't know how they're handling it for the students in the cohorts behind me. For us, kind of class goes on as normal. We watch like recorded lectures that our teachers have recorded for us and just kind of do assignments as they're due. But we don't have any tests or quizzes in this semester. So my last shift was that Friday, and then I had one more the following Wednesday, and then I was completed. And 2 days later, they pulled all students from all clinical sites. So I do know some of my classmates were not able to finish their practicum hours. I believe that my school has set up like online virtual simulations for them to do to kind of make up for those hours. I'm not totally sure what the state is requiring at this point. There has been talk that students that are really close to graduating, if those students were unable to get the hours in that they needed to, they would be accommodated and allowed to take the NCLEX anyway. I don't know if that decision has been made. I'm not totally sure what's happening there. Thankfully, I was one of the students that was able to finish my practicum, so I'm really grateful for that. I do have all my hours in, so that's not really something that I'm worried about at this point. Moving on from there, graduation. Luckily, we are able to graduate, so we will receive our diploma and our degree. April 20th was my graduation date, and we will not be having a graduation ceremony. It's kind of a bummer. I'll insert some clips right here of me talking about it. I feel stupid like coming on here crying right now because obviously there's a lot more like worse things going on in the world than this, but like hearing that graduation's canceled is something I've kind of been waiting for. I was thinking, I knew they were discussing it, like it was on the table, but they sent out like an emergency email yesterday saying classes were officially online, and so I figured that that's all that was happening. And then they just sent one out today that was like even more urgent than the last, saying like all the students that live in the dorms are being kicked out, and like not kicked out, but like, well, yeah, pretty much kicked out and asked to go home to their permanent residence. No students are allowed to return to campus for like the rest of the semester, and then pending graduation and any other events have been canceled. So it just sucks because like this is something we've been working so hard for the last 4 years, and although like having your license is the most important thing, I like cried on Instagram and cried probably like off and on for a whole day. It's really bummed about it. It's such a big accomplishment, and nursing school is freaking hard. As you guys know, if you're in nursing school or you've been through it, it's not easy. It's frustrating to feel like that special day and that special moment's taken away from you, but at the same time, I'm grateful that I am given a diploma and get to graduate, and that's not being pushed off, because I know there are plenty of students out there that are experiencing that. They are not able to get their diploma until like months later than they planned. So I'm grateful that that's not the case, and working as a nurse is what's important, not the big party, although I would love to have it. It is heartbreaking that that's not happening. It's just part of it. The class of 2020 is the class that doesn't have a graduation. That's just what it is. Freaking coronavirus. You know, I completely understand at this point where the nation's at and the world is at, and for safety reasons, it's far more important to have us not have a graduation than it would be to have one, just for safety and everything. So I totally understand and respect the decisions that have been made regarding that. Along with that, our graduation being canceled, our pinning ceremony was also canceled, which a pinning ceremony is something that's been done like for a super long time. It's just a historical thing where someone that's already a nurse pins you, like they literally put a pin, like a decorative pin on you, and they pin you, and it's kind of just a way that like nurses welcome you to this new family and new community that you're a part of. So it's a really big deal, and like every nurse ever has had that done pretty much, you know, relatively speaking. So it's a bummer that won't be happening either, as far as I know right now. This coming Monday, March 30th, I have like all of my assignments due. The following Monday, which is April 6th, we have like an online presentation. It was the presentation we're supposed to be given in class, and instead we're just doing it online. And then that's it. The following week would have been finals week, which we don't have finals for this semester because we're done. And then the week after that was graduation, which like I said has been canceled. So pretty much I have this Monday, which is in 4 days, and the Monday after that, and that's it. Done with nursing school. So it's pretty crazy. Coronavirus has completely wrecked the last semester of nursing school. Like I said, I'm just grateful to be getting my degree and my diploma and to have finished my practicum hours. I know so many students have had that taken away from them, which I'm heartbroken for. If I would have known that the last Monday that I was with my cohort was the last time I was going to be with them as a group, I would have done it differently, but I didn't know that then. It was just another Monday to me. But now we may never be together as a group again, which is really sad because they're the people I've spent years with and this whole journey with. And you know, I was looking forward to walking across the stage and decorating my cap and doing all this stuff. And you know, there's bigger problems in the world at this point. I recognize that, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's sad and hard. So if you're a senior and you're struggling with this, I understand. I feel you. Okay, so that's pretty much the update for school. And then in regards to my personal life, you might be able to tell, but I'm in a different space. So if you've been watching our vlogs, then you know this. My husband Connor is deploying. He was supposed to be deploying very soon. I can't say when, again, for safety reasons. Yesterday, the Pentagon released like a travel ban basically for all military members. They're stopping all military movement for the next 60 days. All I can say is that his deployment date was scheduled within the next 60 days. So he was supposed to be leaving and now he's not. We're just taking it one day at a time. It's kind of just a waiting game. So we have moved into my parents' house. And you guys probably saw if you've been watching the vlogs that we were moving here just because I was going to move home with them so that we could save money. There was no point in renting our apartment for as expensive as it was for just me for the whole time he's deployed. And I explained all this in the deployment video. So we moved all of our stuff into a storage unit and then some into my parents' house, which I have now. We are just planning to live here until basically whenever he's back from deployment, which now we don't know when he's leaving, so it could be that he's gone longer than he was supposed to. He could still come back on time. It's all up in the air. We don't know really what's going on. So he is back at work at the fire station like normal and will continue working his normal shift that he was working before, basically until further notice. So I'll obviously keep you guys updated as much as I can and I'm allowed to. I'll give you a little life update on jobs. I have applied to basically every new grad residency program that I can. I've had a lot of people asking if I want to be in the NICU, and I would love to be, but at the same time I'm open to whatever doors God wants to open for me, and I recognize that starting in a specialty isn't always the best option or an option. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. I've applied to a bunch and there are a couple that I'm still waiting to hear back from based on the timeline that they gave me. I'm not expecting to hear back from till like probably a month from now. I have heard back from 2. One of them, it wasn't a formal interview, it was more of just me and a lady. She just called me and we talked about, she explained what their new grad residency program is and she asked what units I'd be interested in and she was going to pass my information on to those units. So I have not heard back since then. And then I did have an interview yesterday with a unit manager. He told me probably like a week or 2 before I hear anything. So of course I will keep you guys updated again on the job hunt. That's kind of where I'm at, just kind of a holding pattern right now. There are a few more new grad residency programs that I'm waiting to open up that I will apply to, but for the most part I've applied to everyone that I can and am just waiting. As far as NCLEX goes, I'm just studying as much as I can, doing all the practice questions that my school wants me to do. I don't have a date scheduled or anything like that yet, just because of everything with coronavirus. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. I just want to do a quick little life update. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching and I'll see you in the next vlog.